All right, let's see what the current situation is that Spirit wishes to speak to us today. What is the drama or situation you may have found yourself in? We have a Six of Cups. Give me 2 more cards on the current situation. Then we're going to pull 3 clarification cards, and then a path A and a path B. This is all about what it looks like if we shift our vibration and what it is we need to shift. Like, what are the thoughts that need to be shifted? You have a 5 of Wands. What is the situation of the day? And the Mother Star in the reverse. So I'm feeling at first glance, we have someone that you may have been really close to growing up, or may have a lot of childhood memories with. This can also be a soulmate, someone that feels very familiar or like family or is family. Then with the 5 of Wands, there's this competition energy. It kind of makes me feel like sisters. And it feels like that because of this conflict with this soulmate or this person from your past or this sibling or whoever this is. This could be a family member, and we're going to get into it, but it's kind of creating a sort of block for you, meaning this is a time in your life where you should be using a lot of, like, you have, you've been through a lot. There's a lot of twists and turns that have happened in this journey for you, but you've come out on top. But this being in reverse is like, that's not allowing you to fully step into what you're here to step into. So let's get some clarification on the 6 of Cups, please. Please clarify this soulmate or this person that this situation is about. Please clarify the 6 of Cups. The Lovers. So yeah, I think this is probably, for most of you, a past love that you felt, maybe you didn't grow up together, but it just felt so familiar to you. Like, the energy of this person feels like you grew up at the same time, or you could have shared the same memories, even if you didn't. Give me the 5 of Wands in the reverse. Give me the 5 of Wands. What is this competition? This competition and debate. What's this defensive energy about? What is this 5 of Wands about? What's going on here in this situation? You have a 6 of Pentacles in the upright. The cards are all coming out upright today, and that's except for this one, and that's unusual. 6 of Pentacles. It's usually, a card of things being balanced out or things being equal in the give and take, and it is upright. I'm feeling, I know that the Lovers card came out, but I'm feeling for some of you something, this could be competing over, this could be sisters or brothers competing over a love interest, or I feel things in the background of this energy. I feel like a backstory. I feel like you are trying to set things right. You are trying to make this more balanced, and yet you're coming upon this competition energy. So give me the Mother Star. Clarify the Mother Star in the reverse, please. The Mother Star usually represents a yes. So it being in the reverse is kind of calling it a no. You have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. Okay. I can't win for losing. I just feel like nothing I say or do is right. If I say one thing, then that's twisted around to seem wrong. If I say another thing, and it's like nothing I say, this person wants to be upset, this person wants to be offended, This person wants to fight. This person is in resistance mode. Whoever you're dealing with, that represents this Six of Cups or these memories of the past. They want to be upset with you. And I really do feel you standing in this, like you're trying to set things right. I really feel that. Like I feel like you're trying to make this, if something was done unfairly, or if you got more of something, or they got less of something, like you're really trying to make it right, but it doesn't matter. Like no matter what you do or say, it's taken in the wrong way, and you're feeling really, just like you've been through you've been through it with this person. You've really been through it. And I also feel a little bit of a legal issue feeling or sense around this, or for some of you, this may be, fighting over inheritance, or it's just a lot of competition between you and this person. And this could go way back. Like, if this is a past lover, like you could have, in a past life, been siblings together. I feel a very strong sibling energy. I feel a mother energy here. I feel your energy really, really trying to make this better, or make this okay, or trying to really be fair in this situation. But it just doesn't matter what you do. It's just not taken right, or it's just made into an argument. In the reverse, this could be someone who's refusing to compromise or give in, being very stubborn, very rigid. As I said, it's someone somebody wants to be the victim here. Somebody doesn't want it set right. Somebody doesn't want this. That's why you're not getting anywhere. They don't want you to set it right. They don't want you to be fair. They want to be done wrong, and so they're looking to be done wrong. They're looking for any sign that says they are being mistreated. They are wanting to be the victim. So, goodness gracious. Let's see, path A. If you continue thinking what you're thinking, feeling what you're feeling about the situation, what is the outcome, please? Tell me the outcome of path A if they hold their vibration at the level that it is. You have a Page of Swords in the upright. Tell me if they keep thinking what they're thinking. Oh, you have the Judgment cat. And keep thinking what you're thinking, meaning holding the vibration that you are currently holding. What you gonna get here? What's the outcome? The Knight of Wands. Oh, mercy. So, with this Page of Swords, it's just saying, you're using your head, you're trying to come at things from an intelligent and logical. You're trying to relay your information very logically, very matter of fact. You, with the Judgment card, feel that you are still being judged harshly. And then with the Knight of Wands in the outcome position, it's like someone is going to take, a Knight of Wands just charges in, and they can be quite reckless with their actions and do things, a knight is not quite a king. A king would sit and think through his actions and be in control of himself, have self-control. A knight doesn't have as much self-control. So by focusing on this judgment that you're receiving, how they're thinking of you, or you may be judging them too harshly. I think to get out of judgment, but right now there's judgment going on. Either you're focusing on how you're being judged, or you're also judging them. So to come up to the higher perspective is to say, I'm not looking at this from my judgmental lens or through the eyes of my ego. I'm looking at this from a higher perspective. And to look at it from a higher perspective, it's not about, what they're doing to me and how they're twisting everything around and how they just want to be the victim. If you're dwelling on that, it looks like the outcome is going to be one of a swift action of some sort, either by you or by them. So that thought process is going to drive either you or them to take kind of a not a well thought out action. So let's look, if you shift this, if you start to look at it through the eyes of the higher consciousness and say, this is not personal, this is something we agreed to go through together. So I could trigger their fear, they could trigger mine. My fear is coming out of, being judged as being unfair. And that triggers me. I don't like that. So I'm going to make my peace with, allowing others, be confident in my actions. If I know that I'm doing the right thing by my moral compass, then that's okay. Like, they get to think whatever they want to think, and this isn't personal. If that no longer triggers you anymore, then you're not going to be a Knight of Wands taking the swift action. And also it's saying, I can't look at them and judge them for how they're acting. They're acting out of their own fear. They can't act any other way. They have fear of being cheated, of being done wrong, of getting the raw end of the deal. And where that fear comes from, who the heck knows? Like, it could be ancestral. Like, it could come from a long line of people being done wrong. And they still entertain that fear. That fear is still really big within their universe. So you're triggering that for them. Good for you. This is good. So they'll need to come through that fear. This is the higher perspective. They'll need to look at that and come through that. This has absolutely nothing to do with whatever this argument's about. Whether it's about, family inheritance, whether it's about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, has nothing to do with the situation. It never does. The current situation just triggers and sets up the perfect environment for everybody's fears to be put out on the table for you to then deal with them. That's all the current situation is about. This just a drama to bring forward what needs to be looked at and overcome. So you need to look at your part. And that's up to them, but don't judge them for their part. Don't judge them because they aren't dealing with their fear yet, okay? They can't act any other way. They are acting out their fear. And so are you if you have fear of being looked at in a negative light. So let's look at, if they shift this, what's the outcome? Tell me more about holding a higher vibration in this matter. The Death card, change, transformation, new beginnings. Tell me what path B looks like if they shift out of the mentality that they're in now, if they shift out of the focus they're in now, and focus the Strength card. Absolutely. Control. You're controlling your own ego. You're controlling your own fear. You've mastered it. You're not being driven by that anymore. And show me one more card in the outcome position. What happens if they master this situation and come up to the highest vibration possible? If they master the situation and come up to the highest vibe possible. One more card, please. Show me, Spirit, the outcome if they hold their vibe at the highest possible level. Wow. It's just not wanting to come out. There it is. The Ten of Swords in the reverse. Good. Conclusion. Closure. Endings. It's lessons learned. Ten of Swords. The worst of it is over. Like, all the feelings of betrayal. It's done. Okay? Closure finally happens. Closure finally happens. And it's all about, being judged and judging them, like judging each other for acting out your fear. That's awesome. Strength card, that's just about controlling that voice in your head that wants you to judge them for judging you. And then the death card. It's just this has been transformed. This has been changed. This whole energy, whatever energy is going, this is done. It's done. You're finally through whatever your karma you had with this person. Done. You've closed it out. You saw what the situation had to bring to you. You conquered the lesson. It's done. Closure. Give us a final word of advice for the person finding themselves in this situation. This feels very, very doable, okay? Very, very doable. Show me the advice here. The High Priestess. Ooh, I like that. You know, this is a waste of this whole thing that is tied up your mental space. Is just such a waste of energy, okay? It's noise in your head that doesn't need to be there. And with the High Priestess, it really feels like instead of focusing on all of that garbage that's floating around from, all the he said, she said, and all the wanting to argue and the stubbornness and all that, like, it's just in the way. And if you can, and I know you will overcome the situation, because you're going to shift your focus to focusing on the higher perspective, as I told you. And then you're going to hear your inner voice. You're going to be able to hear, the wisdom that comes within you. Your intuition is going to be speaking to you loudly, like you're ready to put this in the past. You're ready to put this behind you once and for all. I think this is a pattern that has come up for you over and over and over again. Every single time it comes up, you drop a little more fear and a little more fear, but this feels like the final test. It feels like, if I can just overcome letting this bother me, that they think bad of me, and that I'm taking it personally, if I can just finally let that go and realize that this is not personal. 1% of why they're upset has to do with me, and the 99% is all about past fears that they're sitting in, that I'm reminding them of. Okay? I'm just the situation. I'm just the current actor in front of them, triggering this for them. It's nothing to do with me. You are ready to shake this loose. Shake this off your feet. Shake the dust, the final dust of this thing that keeps coming up off your feet. Send love and compassion their way. That they're, when somebody, the more aggressive and the more resistant they are, the deeper they are in fear. And show compassion to that person that's in such deep fear. That's painful. We've all been there. They're not fighting with you. They're fighting through their own fear. But through their actions, they're just kind of keeping the fear alive instead of resolving it. So you know what that feels like. Have compassion for somebody that's still in that deep of fear. Have compassion for them. You can't speak logically to someone in that kind of fear. They just can't hear you from where they are. So remember that's where they are. Remember you've been there before. Remember that, you're kind of on the moving out of this. You're on the end of this journey through this fear. Now you just don't like being judged in this way, but they can't help it. From where they are, they can't help but see you as the bad guy or the enemy. It's not personal. There's got to be a bad guy. It can't be their own ego. They're not ready to see that yet. So it has to be you. So just know that you're there. You're ready. You're ready to close out this chapter. And you're ready to step into a greater level of wisdom and intuition. I hope this helps. I'll see you on the next one. All
And
right,
go ahead
let's
and click
see
the like
what the
button
current
to
situation
subscribe
is that
and ring the
Spirit wishes to
notification bell.
speak to us
Thank
today.
you.
What is the drama?